Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Great.
Um, I was working at the daycare.
Um, but did you have more time to rest that week?
Not really. Um, after my break, after the last day of school that week after, I added one more day.
Well, at least there was a little break from school. Um, how 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 are you feeling about your classes?
For this coming semester, at the moment, I'm still like having an issue with my book voucher because I had purchased a book during my break, like
Uh-huh.
the week of the 11th in December. That week I ordered my textbook and the so-called was sent by UPS, not the post office one. And it said it was sent to the post office on the 14th, but on that Friday my mom went to get the packages from the post office, but there was not my book there.
Uh-huh.
So the week, 2 weeks or so after I went again, and then they said they're sending it back to Arkansas
Oh,
because somehow it's not able to because UPS can't send to post office for some reason.
uh-huh.
So my textbook went back to Arkansas, and then that week of like the Christmas that week on the 27th, I sent a customer service email. They said it would take they will refund me after they receive the package. They received it on the day I sent the email, the 27th. And then 2 days after, on the 29th, I asked again, you received my package, when will I get my refund? And they said 7 to 10 business days. And then after those 10 business days, I still haven't seen my refund because I never got
Mm.
the package and then I not re getting my refund. And then like last week, I sent them and call again.
Uh-huh.
I had called and sent an email the day before on the 10th, so-called the 10 days or 10 business days. I sent the email, no response from customer service, but I called them. They said they're going to look into it. And then on that 11th, I had also sent an email to my advisors and my financial aid. And then
Uh-huh.
financial aid told me to send an email to student payment. And then student payment sent me to customer service again. So right now I'm still in the customer service thing of the loop of my refund.
Oh,
Yeah. But I did purchase a book yesterday because I know I need a book for this class. I bought a digital form because the physical form at the moment is causing so much issue and it's cost too much and I'm not getting a refund on it at the moment. The refund is not coming still. Yeah.
yeah, that sounds super frustrating. Customer service can be the worst.
Yeah, I went back to after I sent an email asking, do you see a refund from me for my book? They sent me back to find the customer service on that day, on the 11th. So right now I'm back at customer service. Yeah, back there again.
Well, I am also outside of like how frustrating this situation is. I am very happy to hear how much you've been advocating for yourself. That's awesome.
Yeah,
You contacted customer service, financial aid, your advisors. You took all the right steps. And it
yeah,
sucks that it hasn't been resolved yet, but you're taking all the right steps and hopefully you'll get to hear back from them soon.
yeah.
Um, I'm glad to hear that you got an electronic book. I know it's not ideal. Some people hate reading.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I have to get a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
using my book voucher to buy the books. That's why I'm waiting for my refund. It's by book voucher,
yeah.
so-called financial aid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
it's
buy
the
my books
financial
that
aid.
way still sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, is so you're saying you bought one book and now you have to buy a different book, right, for another class?
No, it's the same. It's the same textbook. It's just a different format. Because the first time I bought it, it was a physical copy.
Mhm.
But this time, since I need a book for this class, so that's why I just purchased it yesterday. Because I also have seen email that said my bookstore limit expires today. When on their bookstore, it said the credit expires on Friday. So I'm not sure. So I just bought the book yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, keep an eye on that. I think it should. Let me check mine, see if I can. I'll try to find it a little bit later before we go, but I'll see if mine says at what time you can stop using it because I know there is a deadline.
Yeah, because I like before I didn't notice the email that's been sent to my school email said the last day would be like the 16th because I've been seeing it on the bookstore website, the virtual one is at the 19th. When I checked my how much book voucher money to see if I got the refund, it's at the 19th.
Oh, yeah, I see. I found mine now. Mine says the 16th too.
Yeah,
But
the email and the bookstore is different on the website for some reason. Because when I was searching for my book voucher amount, it never got the amount I paid for the physical because they received it on in Arkansas. I still haven't received my refund.
keep I know you're doing this, but keep pressing them and you have proof that they received
Yeah,
until they're tired of hearing from you. They like to.
yeah. I've been like sending too many emails and stuff.
Have you tried calling?
I called, but it's just like it's kind of the same. The first time I called, they couldn't really help me. They said they're gonna contact our bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
the virtual one. But for them, on last Friday, for the one on the email from the student payment and the other one that from by phone, they said they'll try to reach out again to me 24 to 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some other tickets before they had to close it because there's too many tickets open for my situation at the moment. So some of the customer service as of the December 29th one somehow heard no, that ticket was still open. They canceled it that last Friday. Yeah, some of the tickets for my requests are still open for some reason. I have
Oh,
many request tickets open at the moment.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they get results soon. So outside of this textbooks that you got a virtual copy of, do you need any other textbooks for any other class?
Right
'Cause
now
you're
I'm
taking.
only taking the whip class. There's
Oh.
yeah. And then I just saw the classroom, the bright space for this class open this midnight,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of looked at the syllabus. It's so called. It's kind of like a hybrid, but not really hybrid. There's like 2 or 3 times it's hybrid, but it's mostly in person.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at your syllabus too, because I know you sent it over to me earlier today. And it does look like there are a few classes that you don't go in person, but most of them take place online. I mean, in person.
Yeah.
Um, how are you feeling about that? Were you able to work out a schedule for being able to make it to campus?
My professor never replied back.
Uh,
Yeah, I never received the email back. Yeah, I never received the email, and then my mom just said like maybe we still to try to do it. Just like she dropped my brothers off at home, and then come pick me up at that time.
well, just a suggestion too is like I know your professor is likely not going to change the
Yeah,
format
yeah,
of
yeah,
the.
yeah.
But I would try to talk to her anyway and explain to her how it might be difficult for you on some days to get to class and
Mhm,
explain why and tell her that you sent an email too because you were worried about this like before you took the class.
mhm,
Just in case if for whatever reason there's one day where you can't make it to class because the schedule didn't work for you,
mhm.
maybe she'll be a little bit more lenient in like you not being able to make it to class.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about how'd your semester go? How were your grades? If you feel comfortable sharing.
I passed all of it, and my GPA went up.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Congratulations. Okay, so I guess for the rest of the meeting, what would you like help with today?
I know so-called for this class, I have some assignments. There's an assignment, there's like, I have to do two little assignments where I have to like observe students, like the toddler or infant and then the preschool age kids. I need to find a kid and then ask their parents for consent to record them and like observe their kid during the situation of like activities and stuff. One for the infant toddler one is like during story time.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one is kind of like interacting with the teacher and students, their classmates for preschool age.
I see.
Yeah.
And do you have any ideas of who you could ask, or is that what you're struggling with?
Yeah, I kind of have an idea who I would want to ask, like which kid parent I would want to ask, see if they let me like observe their child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And are you comfortable asking them, or you feel good about getting everything set up?
Um, I think it's just like the way to come tell the parent, the communicating with the parent about I have this assignment. It's like that first one, which is like the infant toddler one. I
Uh-huh.
think that one is due later, but the first one is like first major assignment we'll do next month, the 9th. It's
Uh-huh.
like a journal review, but I have to have a parent already for this paper to do the
Um,
observation. It's also part of the grade to sign put in this permission slip ish for the observing.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that's also part of the grade for that assignment.
Oh, okay. So it kind of sounds like you have to be ready to ask those people you have in mind now. Were you planning on asking those people in person, or these people that you see, or were these people you're gonna send an email to?
Um, so-called, I know one of them is like a preschool teacher. She's
Mm-hmm.
and her child is in my class in toddler. Uh, I would like for maybe her kid, the CPS parent one of her kid, or another kid who's I have a sibling in my class and also is in preschool. So like if I do the little brother, can I do the older brother too for the other assignment for preschool?
Okay.
Yeah.
So my suggestion would be to like, since you know who you want to ask and you have a connection to those people, I would ask whatever way you were planning on asking right away, because your assignment is due soon. 1 month is it comes by fast, as you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes finding people is hard. I
Yeah,
have to
yeah, I
find
know.
people for my assignments too, and it could be hard. So I would try asking this week for sure.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Is there anything else coming up for you about this class?
Um, I know there's so-called yeah, there's some assignments that are like due like in a few weeks because on
Mhm.
this little syllabus it does tell me what assignments are due. But like I think when I meet on with her tomorrow night, I'll get a better understanding of
Yeah.
it. But like so-called, I do have a discussion board due this week or next. Yeah, that's the first one, and then like I have also have a quiz in February 5th on the videos, I think maybe, and then another discussion board on the February 2nd in a quiz, and then a reflective journal of chapter 1 and 2, 3. Maybe that one I'll struggle with because that's what I kind of struggle with the other class, the 316.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I know, I feel like last I started sharing my screen. I'm a little slower with the technology today
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not at the office, so I
Mm-hmm.
have to use my laptop, which doesn't work as well. So yeah. But I know last semester you also met a lot with Mita, right?
Yeah, but this time around, I have another tutor named
Mhm.
Zoe. I think she's a student too.
Yes, 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 that's
Yeah,
true.
I didn't meet her today because I don't know what assignments I have to do yet, really. So I didn't meet
Yeah,
with her today. Yeah.
Yeah. I know also, so I know the tutors at Trio are great help. But I believe also um at the Learning Success Center at NEIU, where they have their own tutors,
Yeah.
they have specific web tutors for this class. Do you know
Yeah,
if they?
I so called I requested to see the tutor starting next week.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And their time is not really on that Wednesday. Their time is not really that available for me because they're like 9:30 to like 12 or to available 9:30 to 12:30 those time. I'm at the daycare. I can't work that Wednesday with my tutor. Her Friday is local like 12 and 1 and 2 those time. Maybe I just like go in later for my work because now that Friday they changed my time again, not to like the 8:30 to 5. So I'm
Mm.
starting right now on Fridays 12:30 to 5:30. So I might change the time a little bit to meet with tutor on
Okay.
Fridays.
But so far, it's sounding like you got everything set up. Um, um, outside of, hmm, sorry, let me see. Maybe for the good, I see. You were talking about,
That first assignment, like the reflective one, in this second week 3 and 4, that one, that
oh,
reflective journal, chapter 1 to 3.
oh, I see.
I know the so-called the syllabus have everything, and then those little guides and stuff is of it kind of explain it a bit more, but I don't. I need maybe an example kind of it, and then there's also like a parent newsletter. I think I'll struggle with that too.
Yeah, so yeah, I see the.
And then it said you have to use your own, create your own, and stuff like that too. So I think that one I'll struggle with too.
I don't know what happened. So let's look over the, unless you already read it, so let's look over the assignment specifically because I
Hmm.
knew that it was the reflective journal.
Hmm.
She, your professor has here very detailed of what she wants for that.
Yeah.
Um, is the first thing you do in each learning module is to read the assigned chapters, do page 10 to 11 of the syllabus, then reflect on what you have read.
This
Um,
class kind of remind me of the test, one of the TESOL classes I had taken because they have the phonetics and stuff. Yeah,
um,
kind of like the 301 or something TESOL because
uh,
of I saw one of the little documents you have on a Bryce face have phonetics. Those kind because it's also kind of like about the child's language. Yeah,
um, do you feel like you kind of have some background knowledge already?
yeah. Just maybe I need more, a little bit more help because this is a writing intensive class.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're definitely on the right track with waiting to see on when we meet on January tomorrow
Yeah, tomorrow night.
and seeing how the professor explains the assignment. Just right now, based off of what we know from the syllabus and the description,
Hmm.
are there any questions you can think of that you would want to ask the professor tomorrow that would help you?
I think it will be like with the. I know for one of it, I have to find an article and then 3 articles. One of the assignments, I have to find 3 articles and then write a kind of like the other TESOL classes I had,
Mm-hmm.
the clinical one where I did write a summary, how it connects to what I see during that clinical class.
Mm-hmm.
That one is kind of similar to that assignment I had during TESOL for the clinical.
Let's see.
Some of these assignments are kind of similar to the TESOL classes I had taken, those
Mm-hmm.
activities. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just so you said reflective journal, you have a quiz as well that you might um you're unsure of, and then the having the consent for the project because it's part of one of your assignments.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, it's part of
Yeah.
yeah. Um, okay. I'm not sure how much of um how much of uh problem solving we can do now
Mm-hmm.
because we still have to wait and see what class is like and kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what your instructor gives you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to follow up, you if you want to follow up, either next week, yeah, next week we could definitely do that because we'll get more into the groove of the
Yeah. Yeah.
semester.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also noticed that you seem a lot more on top of your deadlines. Like right away when we met today, you're like, "Yep, I have this due, I have this due, and I have that due." Is there? I mean, for any reason, do you feel like maybe you'll fall behind with your deadline?
Maybe a little bit. And then I see that her local late policy, if so-called like if it's a whole week late, she won't accept it. But when I had classmates that was taking it during the 316, they were so-called struggling with that class a lot too. Like a few of my classmates during the 316, they took that
Mm-hmm,
class right after the 316, they had 313.
mm-hmm,
They were like having like they were of the page limit because they have to be 12 or 8 pages long for each
mm-hmm.
paper. The page limit was also an issue for my classmates that I might struggle with too. I think the page limit.
Okay, so we got the page limit for one of the finals and on for it. But you're doing a really good job of kind of trying to think proactively, um, and looking ahead as to what to do.
Yeah.
I guess you have uh so based on your syllabus, what would be on your to-do list for next week? We talked about having to ask your peers about consent for observing their kid or sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, based on the workload for this class, what kind of assignments would you have started?
I think for that would be like those reflective ones, like about the chapter one,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe try to find an article that I want to,
Yeah,
because those are like almost like well, yeah. But like yeah, that one would be through the 5th or 6th week that time. Yeah.
yeah,
And I know I have some discussion boards too.
yeah. You have discussion board prompt 1 through Monday, January 22nd.
I
That is,
don't know that about what's the prompt for it yet because you haven't unlocked it on the Brightspace yet. Since it's not that week. And then I see that so-called for some of these, she said if she posts, I think the quizzes or something, she said if you post it on Monday, you have to finish it by the next day, Tuesday. I have so-called 3 quizzes, short quizzes.
um, yeah, I see quiz one on Tuesday, February 6th. So you only have 1 day to do the quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll keep an eye out. So by next week, Monday, the prompts to discussion board one should be available because that's what it says on the syllabus.
Mm-hmm.
So I will check in with you about that assignment specifically. I will check in to you about asking for the consent for your, not asking for consent, but seeing if the people are interested in helping you do that.
Yeah.
Um, I will follow up with you on your book to see if that was resolved.
Yeah, this week's still nothing because so-called one of the email I saw yesterday
Mhm.
in the morning, it said they are trying to see if there's a refund for me, but at the moment they don't see nothing. And like, but they received my textbook back in Arkansas, so I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And that money would be refunded back to your school account, right?
It should be because it's my book voucher. I didn't use my credit card. It was book voucher. That's why I was keep on checking my book voucher amount and then see that date. to use is different in the email, and then on the website it's different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll talk about that, see if anything has been resolved. And then I'm gonna write down here too, in case you've been able to meet with the tutors to see how that went.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is a reminder. Here's the readings for, oh, I see what I'm doing. But there are readings for the first week, or for the first weeks. It's the auto chapter 1, which I know you have the ebook,
Yeah, yeah,
the brain development videos that are resources for that. So um the prompt isn't available yet. So maybe you could get those done so when the prompt is available, you won't have to go back and rewatch or reread all that stuff.
yeah. And then like I think the assignment for next week will be working on the discussion board and try to find the articles and stuff, and do the reflective for next week. That's that assignments for next week to do.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good. I think you're on like a really good start so far. Is there, I guess, anything that you can do to help you with your deadlines? Like, is there any organizing trick that you did last semester that you would help you this semester?
Um, what I did really was that I just try to do everything because like last time I already have the TESOL stuff in like I already took in that TESOL class, so everything is kind of like a refresher because it's almost everything the same.
Okay.
It just like need to change some grammar and add some new stuff to it. That's why that one was a bit easier. I just changed the topic for the whole paper too. It got easier because it kind of I did yes ask the professor by email, not really meeting on Zoom. Even though I did send an email asking, "Can I meet you on Zoom?" and stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay. So talk to the professor more. And then we'll see if maybe making a to-do list or something might be helpful. But we'll talk more about that as the semester goes to see what you need, okay?
yeah.
All right. Are there any other questions or anything that I can help you with before time?
Maybe like the asking the parent of like if they let me that the way to say it because I don't really know how to like say would be able to ask them.
Mhm.
It's like the wording of it. Even though
Yeah.
if I was be saying it in person or like by an email or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we could practice that. You said you're not sure if you're saying it in person or email, or is there a
Because
way?
some of the parent like one of it the one that's work at CPS is a preschool teacher.
Mhm.
She have a child in my class in toddler. She was on one of my options for the toddler infant one, that observation during story time. That one is, but her child is not there all 5 days, and then I'm not there all 5 days. I'm only there like 4 days, and then on Wednesday he's not there. The child's not there, and then when the CPS is closed, she's not there. She don't bring her kid. She stay home with her kid.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the
Okay.
other option is the another kid where he have a sibling in another location in the preschool classroom, and then
Mhm.
he's the other kid that's in my classroom is in the toddler. Yeah, so they have two kids, one in preschool and one toddler.
Um, so how about, because you said you're not sure, can you get their email or would you have to get their email by having a face-to-face conversation?
Um, I think tomorrow I'll be able to see one of the parent, which is the one that have two kids, one in my classroom, one in the Broadway in the
Mhm.
preschool. I can try to see if I can ask them for permission or like stuff like that for that kid if they let me. And then for the other one, since that kid's not there, the next day on Thursday, ask the parent when she pick up if she let me to do the kid
Okay.
permission to observe because it's okay having it audio recorded. That first one, that infant toddler one, I have to do a presentation too. Yeah,
Okay.
that one I think I'll struggle with too, kind of, because I need to do a presentation of my like so-called findings. my observation. Yeah, I struggle with that assignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
But struggle, but I know you could do it.
Mm.
Sometimes it's not easy, but you got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it. So I only asked about the email thing is because either way, like if you talk to them in
Yeah,
person,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would suggest getting their email
Mhm.
or their phone number just because it's easier to send the informed consent. Because I saw that you have a form that they have to sign for
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's easier to send the informed consent through email, maybe even through text, but more likely email, so they can sign it and give it to you, whether they print it out or they email it back. Um, but let's do a little bit of a role play. You can pretend that I am the mom of the preschooler, the CPS parent. And then we'll just start, just whatever natural comes to you, and then we'll I'll give you some feedback and we'll go from there, okay?
Yeah, I think like so-called in the morning, I will just say good morning to like say hello to them, and then if they don't really say anything back, I'll just walk toward them and see, like first check their kid's temperature, and then try to see. But like some of the time, the one with two kids be rushing. That parent will be rushing out the door. Like that's what I saw last week. That parent was rushing.
Have you had any conversation with this parent before?
Um, Not really,
Okay.
but I was their teacher for their other kid, the one that's now in preschool.
Oh,
Yeah. So they kind of know me, but not really know me. If yeah, also for the other one, the CPS parent that one, their kid, because that kid was from infant to toddler, and now they're in toddler classroom. So I do have some like they kind of know me in some way, a little bit, the parents.
okay. So yeah, they know of you, but they don't really know like what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. That I'm like still a student, and then I'm also like a teacher at the daycare.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would explain to you. I would like start off by explaining to them like, hey, I'm a student um at Northeastern. Because are you a daycare teacher at the Northeastern childcare or somewhere else?
My location that I am working at is at Southeast Asia Center, which is like across from the Brazilian branch library, and then it's also at the by that Dunkin' Donut on Broadway, across from the gas station and the Foster bus stop area. That's
Okay.
also part of it, and the Foster have a day after school program too,
Yeah.
like three
Yeah.
locations.
I have heard of that. Okay. I would just, yeah, be like, hey, I am a student at Northeastern Illinois University. I'm studying to be a teacher, and I have this assignment for my class. I have to observe a preschool child in their classroom, and I was wondering if it would be okay for me to observe your child uh, in their class. If you are comfortable with that, I can send you an email with more information and the informed consent. And then you say, if not, that's okay. Thanks for your time.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, just explaining how you're a student, explaining the class that you're in that requires that, and explaining kind of what that would entail. So observing your child and having an audio recording, and I can send you the informed consent via email. Make sure you get their email. Um, and make also be very clear that it's okay if they don't want to,
yeah,
because um, it could be
yeah, yeah.
I could
Kind of,
yeah, I could get uncomfortable because they take their child there.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, other than that, it's just of going out there. And of course, you could be like, hi, hello, good morning. And you feel like you might know me because I work here, but I had a question for you. And then you can explain it all. Does that make sense?
yeah. Yeah, like for not for that those two parents because of their kid, I kind of know them and they're in my class and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the other parents, some of them don't speak English, so if like I was to do that, well, yeah, because some of the students' parents don't even speak English, or some of them don't even speak Spanish. Um, another one. They don't they don't speak English and they don't really understand. So that's why I'm trying to reach to the parents that kind of know English a bit better
Mhm.
than the ones that maybe not know English that well. Those child's parents.
Yeah, yeah, because unfortunately your informed consent is only English.
Yeah, and not in Spanish.
Yeah.
But like if I ask my coworker who speaks Spanish to try to explain it to them in Spanish, but I won't be there because I leave like 5 or 5:30
Mhm.
or like at 1. So sometimes I won't be there to like talk to the parent, but only in the morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's also a difficulty for me.
yeah,
The language barrier and the timing of my schedule and them picking up their kid. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Well, luckily we don't have to worry exactly yet about having to ask people that aren't there.
Yeah.
I have a list of people that we can ask right now that you do see, and
Mm-hmm.
then if that doesn't work, then we'll figure out something else.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how kind of how I would ask it. Was that helpful?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And then you said, yeah, email. So if you were to ask me an email, I would just say what you would say in
Like
the first
the talking
email.
like communication version. Okay.
Yeah, because it's pretty like introductory. It's kind of like you're asking if they're okay
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the idea
yeah.
of this, and it's not until they say yes that you really have to go into detail.
Yeah,
Um,
because I see maybe that's also one of the assignments I need to be working on too because of that.
yeah, yeah. But just making sure that they're aware that it's an observation of their child and that there has to be an audio recording. Because if you don't tell them that there's an audio recording at first, they might say yes, but then see that it requires an audio recording and then change their mind, which
Yeah,
I think
I think maybe with the audio part, I'm not sure how would I be able to do it too. So
that is a good
how would
question
I
to
do
ask
it?
your instructor.
Yeah. How would I need to do it? Because I know our phones can record and stuff, but I don't know like how because I need to present this one, the story time one,
Hmm.
but not the communicating with the classmates, teacher, that one for the preschool one.
Yeah, I would definitely ask that in class tomorrow. That's a
Mm-hmm.
really good question.
Yeah, the way of recording the student and the communication with the teacher and classmates for that other one, and then need to present it.
Yeah, 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 definitely ask that in class.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Um, okay, cool. We have a list of things
He's gonna kill me.
next week. Is there anything else you want to touch on before you go?
I think I think for this coming semester, I might need to get the U pass
Mm-hmm.
because for one of the months, my dad is going back to China for like a whole month ish,
Mm-hmm.
and then for that Friday, I would need to you know, go to my little pick up my younger brother at Walt Disney. I ride a bus over that way, and then come back on another bus to the library away from my mom.
Okay.
I would need to get the U pass. But like so called like since the UPass thingy said you have to get fill out the form and stuff.
Yeah.
And then my little FAFSA pays my tuition in a few weeks. That's like also another issue too. Like what I need to pay them up front, that 155, then it will activate it or what? Because my bus card also expires next month.
Let me. I think they just sent out an email about the youth pass either today or yesterday. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Because my bus card expires next month and I didn't even receive no email because it's so called still maybe it's not and right now it's not a UPass, but it still indicate it's college. I'm so called paying adding fund to it and using it as a normal bus card, not like a UPass. Because I'm not full time and it's not connected to Northeastern. It's just it became my normal bus pass. I haven't received an email that it's gonna expire and then they're sending me a new bus card. That yeah. Because for my mom, they sent her a new bus card and send emails that your card's about to expire. We're gonna send you a bus card and stuff. Yeah.
I think you would have to call to see if you can get a UPass from the school because it says that part-time students can be part of the UPass program,
Yeah.
but you need to have at least 6 credit hours for the semester. And I think you only have 3, right?
Yeah, but I would think I might want to have it if possible. I know it's less than the 6, but yeah.
Yeah, you would have to call and ask to see if they'd be able to make it a part of your tuition because I only see it as an option if you're part-time with 6 credit
Because
hours.
my bus card is also expired too, and I'm not receiving anything about getting a new bus card.
Yeah,
That's also another issue for me too.
yeah, I would.
Yeah, how would you think I need to resolve that issue?
You could email the UPass actually, the
Mhm.
UPass account. I'll put it in the chat for you. I would email them and be like, "Hi, I am a current student with your ID number," and then um the emails in the chat.
Mhm.
And then I would say I'm not currently taking 6 credit hours, but is there any way I could have a UPass as part of um be a part of my tuition for the semester? Can I still fill out the form um to opt in for the UPass as a part-time student and see what they tell you?
Okay.
This is also so this was a targeted announcement. You should have it in
Yeah,
your
I received it. And then I did so-called send the UPass thing is that I want to opt in for it as a part-time student,
okay.
but they didn't send me an email back because maybe the school's not in session yet. But I think I sent it to them a few weeks ago
Okay.
or like last week or so.
Okay. Oh, so then you could just follow up on the application and be like, hey, this is my name, this is my ID number. I filled out the part-time student form. I wanted to check in.
There wasn't really a form. It's just so-called what last fall I went to the little welcome desk. They gave me a slip to fill out and
Oh,
then go to the student payment to pay it. Because
yeah,
the Google form last time in the fall, I clicked on the Google form. Is that I need permission?
okay. Well, whatever you filled out, just let them know that you filled it out to opt in for the semester.
Yeah,
And you want to know if it was being processed. And they should be able to give you an answer of yes or no.
yeah. Because if I do if possible, to get a U pass, the financial aid does it'll be covering it my tuition right now. In a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So email them and follow up on what you filled out to opt in
Mm-hmm.
and see if they're processing it.
Okay, yeah, that's also an issue with me at the moment too. The U pass and the classes and the book.
All right. So I'll ask you to see if you sent out that email next week too, okay?
Yeah.
Um, all right, cool. Anything else before we go?
I think that should be it. But like the customer services just sent me an email again asking if they sent back like a reply that was my issue solved. It's still not solved. And yeah.
Yeah, I would tell them that. Be like, nope, not solved yet. I'm still waiting on my refund.
Yeah, because I just purchased I mentioned that I purchased another book because I'm waiting for the refund and stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely explain to them that they're taking a while and that you've been waiting and
Or should I also try to see with the student payment tomorrow too? Because I still have like tomorrow, I have like a whole chunk of time until like 7 at night tomorrow.
um
Because I have so
you
much time tomorrow.
that's up to you. If you feel more comfortable being after you talk to student payment services and then getting in contact with them, that's okay too, because you want to make sure that it hasn't processed and then you can tell them the truth. Be like, I have not received a refund. I just checked my account. There's nothing there. I'm still waiting. Nothing has been.
Yeah, because the email was from the customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can ask and see if it hasn't been refunded first before you were.
yeah, because everything like I'm having an issue with the book and stuff, and then my bus card. I'm trying to see if I can opt in for that
Yeah.
too.
All right. That
Yeah,
sounds like a plan.
yeah,
And I'll be sure to check in as well anyway.
yeah. Okay.
Next time will be. I trust that you will schedule with me for whatever time fits you best.
Yeah.
My availability did change though. I think you've seen it in
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
yeah. So I'm 11 to 5 Monday, Tuesday, and then 10 to 4:30 on Wednesday.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I will see you next week, and if not, I'll give you a call, okay?
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Have a good day, class tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. What the hell? No. You better shut the hell up.